It's early. It's Wednesday. You know what time it is, Bird Gang. NFL news, Big Fro gets paid, is love in danger, and we got the comments. Welcome back to Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie Law, and I got you covered on anything and everything Arizona Cardinals. If it's your first time hanging out with us, hit that sub, hit that bell, hit the like, leave a comment, let us know where you're from, how long you've been a Cardinal fan, and of course, welcome to Bird Gang, the best fan base in the entire NFL. Joining Bird Gang will help us reach even more Cardinals fans out there and continue to grow the team. Do not forget my channel over at the Eddie Law Show on YouTube. Live shows will be there consistently once the season starts, the regular season starts. Every Sunday night there will be a show live. And so come hang out. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell on there so you get notifications as the shows go live. If you have a podcast or Spotify, we're now available on both platforms. Please check us out. Subscribe. Leave us a 5-star rating if you could. It would be massive for the show, and I would truly, truly appreciate it. Questions, comments, suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, or you can reach out on social media at eLaw52 on Instagram. And of course, big shout out to Kaushi for sponsoring the video. Bird Gang, right into the NFL news. And the first story is not new, but it continues to make me laugh. It's like the story, it's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? Especially because it's about someone in our division, right? We have more details about 49ers owner Jed York's arrest in Ohio, and every update somehow makes the story even more ridiculous. According to an incident report obtained by ESPN, York allegedly responded to an undercover prostitution ad using a fake name. This man's worth billions, right? Forget the prostitution thing for a second, okay? The fake name. He could have picked any alias, okay? He could have been James Bond, Bruce Wayne, freaking Raw Mexico. Instead, Jed York apparently sat there, thought about it, and said, "Call me Joe." Joe? Like, that's not an alias, dude. That's what you tell, like, the hostess at an Applebee's when you didn't want to spell your last name. And apparently, Joe was persistent. York allegedly messaged the undercover officer Saturday, no response. Messaged again, nothing. Then came back Sunday for round 3. Dog, take the hint. Even the fake prostitute left you on red, dude. Eventually, police say York arranged a meeting for $160, apparently. I thought it was 140, but 160. Showed up at a mobile home community with the phone and the cash and was promptly arrested. That's not a sting operation. That is the easiest interception an Ohio defense has had all year. York pleaded no contest, paid $1,150 in fines, and the NFL is reviewing everything under his personal contact policy. Meanwhile, the Niners are not commenting, and I do not blame them, because Kyle Shanahan spent years trying to explain questionable decision-making in big moments. Now he's got to watch the owner do it too? God, I love that. The Niners, again, the Niners, man. Like, for as rough of a spot as we are in this division, these Niners really are great. They're so much fun to watch just implode and just embarrass themselves. It's great. Anyway, a new study has put, if I can find my graphic here. A new study has put another alarming number behind the long-term danger of playing football. According to research published in the British Medical Journal, at least 1 in 4 NFL players who died between 2016 and 2021 has CTE. Now I'm aware, unfortunately, our friend here passed away much recent. And again, rest in peace, and young kid and all that. But it was part of the CTE thing as well. Anyway, researchers say 25% could actually be the low end of the estimate. Of the 878 former players who appeared in at least one NFL game and died during that 6-year period, researchers estimate at least a quarter had chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE. Okay, CTE. Obviously you guys know the degenerative brain disease associated with repeated head impacts. And remember, CTE can currently only be definitely diagnosed after death, which is the scary and sad part. The study also found a disturbing connection with dementia. More than 90% of the most advanced stage 4 CTE samples were also diagnosed with dementia, which is like, we don't understand the brain to begin with. It just makes things even scarier, especially if you're a parent that has kids that want to play football, or if you play football yourself and all that. The NFL Players Association called the findings a sobering reminder of the risks players and their families face, while the NFL says it continues working to reduce concussions and head impacts. And they keep asking for an 18th game. Anyway, researchers say one of the biggest predictions of CTE is the cumulative force of hits to the head, meaning reducing contact in practice and delaying tackle football for children could potentially reduce the risk. It won't eliminate it, but it'll reduce it for sure, right? Football's always going to be a violent sport, but numbers like these are another reminder that for some players, the final whistle doesn't necessarily mean the hits are over. Like these guys, a lot of these guys, I mean, we see football players now that are up on the older age and they're a little older and all that. They've had plenty of damage and all that, and you could just see it, and it's crazy. It's even more apparent in like boxers. Not MMA fighters as much. You would think they would, but there isn't because they don't take as many headshots as like boxers do, for example, or even football players. But you can see it in a lot of boxers, and it's the saddest thing, man. Like, I wish there was an easier way to figure this out and make this happen, but you never know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Right? It's just the only way to really stop it is to stop football, and that's not happening. So, and frankly, I don't think anyone wants that. But I just hope that they find some way to help these guys not have to deal with the stuff, after football. But either way. In other news, college football has officially reached the point where conferences have to make rules explaining that NFL players cannot come back to college. Look at that, all right? The Big Ten is expected to pass a rule preventing players from returning to one of its schools after declaring for the NFL draft, appearing on an NFL roster, or signing a professional contract, which feels like something we probably should have established before now. Like, you went pro. That's supposed to be the end, right? Nobody gets fired from Goldman Sachs and goes, well, I guess I'll go back and play university, right? But here we are, right? Because two former college players, Daquan Wright and Xavier Harris, are attempting to return to college football at LSU after spending time in the NFL. Court rulings involving fifth-year eligibility. They have opened this absolutely insane door, and now everybody's trying to figure out what the hell the rules actually are. Even Ohio State. Well, head coach Ryan Day, he admitted that if NFL players are eligible, he'd at least have to consider adding guys who get cut. Because of course he would. Like, imagine being a 19-year-old like corner at Ohio State, right? You've been working your ass off all summer, thinking you finally earned the starting job or at least a rotational spot. And then Ryan Day walks into the meeting room, like, great camp, Tyler. Really proud of you, right? Unfortunately, the Cincinnati Bengals just cut a 25-year-old with 3 years of NFL experience. So, good luck at Akron, right? The Big Ten is basically saying, we're not doing this. Once you go to the NFL, congratulations, you're a professional football player. College football cannot become NFL New Game Plus. We cannot do that. Because if we keep going down this road, Aaron Rodgers is going to discover he somehow has another semester of eligibility at Cal. And at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised, right? Like, this is getting wild. It's getting out of hand. And I think we could all agree on that. Like, there's so many things going on these days that none of us grew up with, that we're all like, what the hell's going on? But this is, in the sports world, a big one. It's a pretty big one. I hope to get it figured out. And let's just go back to, like, once you're a pro, you're pro. Like, there shouldn't be any way to go back. But maybe that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of this whole thing. Any of these stories, especially this one, but any of the stories that we talked about today in the comment section below. And I'll put the comment on the next show. That would be Thursday's show. Yeah, tomorrow, Thursday. It's been a long week, guys. Especially, look, because getting older is hilarious, right? Because I still think I'm 25. And I'll walk into the gym we're going heavy today, right? Then I finish the workout, get in my truck, drive home, and when it's time to get out, my body goes, absolutely not. We live here now. You got water, you got the seat reclines, just stay right there, right? I'm still training hard and trying to stay in shape, but the energy and recovery doesn't come quite as easily as it used to. That's one reason I'm looking at Marsman, right? It's designed to naturally support healthy testosterone levels, weight management, and exercise performance using natural ingredients, no rich stimulants or synthetic hormones. What I've personally liked is feeling more consistent energy, focus, and drive, especially when I'm training, because I need that when I'm training. For a limited time, our viewers get 50% off Life Plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. It's also made in the USA, third-party tested, and comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Again, that's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After purchase, they're going to ask you what you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them FanArc, Cardinals Daily on FanArc, sent you. Because I can't make myself 25 again, but I'd at least like to finish squats without needing roadside assistance. Now, in terms of nice big stories, honestly, the Arizona Cardinals are keeping one of the more reliable pieces of their offensive line in the desert. According to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, the Cardinals have agreed to a 2-year, $20 million extension with the Desert Viking, Jalte Froholt, keeping him under contract through the 2028 season. I love the move. We spent too much time talking about quarterbacks and receivers and running backs and other shiny toys on offense that sometimes we forget somebody has to make sure the quarterback doesn't get folded into a lawn chair. right? Froho has quietly become one of the Cardinals' most dependable players. Since arriving in Arizona in 2023, he started every single game. Every single one. 51 games. 51 starts. Zero drama. No wondering whether he's going to be available on Sunday. The dude just shows up and goes to work, right? And during his first 2 seasons here, he helped anchor offensive lines that paved the way for James Conner's first 2 career 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Now, he's going to be right in the middle of what Mike LaFleur is trying to build offensively, and that's what makes this extension particularly important. Look at what we're putting together here. You got Paris Johnson Jr. on the O-line. You got Trey McBride locked up. Marvin Harrison Jr. is still young. You just spent the 3rd overall pick on Jeremiah Love. Michael Wilson is still even developing even now. You got Carson Beck developing as well. If this offense is going to become what the Cardinals believe it can be, you need stability up front. And your center isn't just another offensive lineman. That man's making protection calls. He's communicating with the quarterback. He's identifying fronts. He's basically the O-line's air traffic controller, except every airplane is a 300-pound defensive tackle trying to murder somebody. Right? So keeping Froho around makes a ton of sense. He's 30, so obviously this isn't about locking somebody up for the next decade. It's about keeping a proven, reliable, I said it with a V, reliable, Jesus. Right? And I'm a journalism graduate. Anyway, reliable veteran through 2028 while this offense develops around him, especially the O-line. And for $20 million over 2 additional years, I'll take that. Because after watching Cardinals quarterbacks spend portions of recent seasons running for their lives, I'm completely fine with the team spending money on the gigantic Danish man whose job is to prevent that. Not every good move is to be flashy. In fact, most good moves are not flashy at all. Sometimes you just identify somebody who's really damn good at his job and say, how about we keep you here doing that a little longer? And that's exactly what the Cardinals did with our boy, the Desert Viking. Now, Cards fans, we need to talk about Jeremiah Love. We really, 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 really do, okay? Because we're getting dangerously close to week 1. And our shiny new toy, a third overall pick, is still dealing with a high ankle sprain. So should we be worried about week 1? Yeah, a little bit. I think so, right? Now, long term, absolutely not. It's a high ankle sprain. We're okay? But according to reports, Love is making legitimate progress, but he's not expected to practice this week, and that's what is getting everyone's attention. We're not talking about some veteran running back who's been in Mike LaFleur's offense for 5 years and can roll out of bed on Sunday morning knowing every protection and assignment. This guy's a rookie. A ridiculously talented rookie, but still a rookie. He needs those practice reps, right? Bleacher Reports Alex K believes Arizona could ultimately hold Love out of the opener and instead target week 2 against Seattle for his NFL debut. I'm good with that. I know that's not what anyone wants to hear. We drafted this dude 3rd overall. I want to see him immediately. I want to see the first handoff of the season to look like somebody hit the turbo button on Madden. But it's a high ankle sprain. Those things are annoying as hell because even when you feel better, you're not necessarily completely healthy. And Love's entire game is built around explosiveness, acceleration, insane cutting, changing direction, making somebody miss, and then disappearing before the safety realizes he's responsible for tackling you. If that ankle isn't 100% ready to go, there's no reason. Why are we rushing this? Especially when you look at the Cardinals running back room. We didn't spend the offseason building depth so we could hit the panic button the second Love got hurt. We still got Tyler Algier, who was arguably going to be the starter before Love got drafted. You still got James Conner, who when healthy is a dog. You still got Bam Knight, who apparently survived the Cardinals running back Hunger Games and is still standing. This is exactly why you had those guys. If Love can go week 1, fine. Give Tyler the ball. Give Conner some touches if he's healthy. Let Bam Knight get involved. You don't take the most explosive offensive player you just drafted and send him out there at 80% because everybody wants to see the new toy. Especially not in week 1. Especially not in an away game, right? There's 17 games, right? And hopefully a lot more after that. I care way more about Jeremiah Love being healthy in November and December than whether he gets 14 carries in September, okay? Now, if we get into next week and he's still not practicing, okay, now I'll raise my eyebrow a little bit, okay? If week 1 passes and we're heading towards Seattle at home and he's still limited or completely sidelined, there's definitely concern there. Because at that point, we're moving beyond the expected window and starting to, the recovery window. And it's starting to wonder whether this thing is more significant than initially believed. But we're not there yet. And remember, Love suffered the injury during the preseason. We have this luxury of being cautious right now. There is absolutely no reason to win the Tough Guy Championship in August. So, would I like to see J Love out there in week 1? Yeah, of course we do. I do. You do. Everyone does. We spent the entire offseason talking about what this dude could bring to Coach Milf's offense. I want to see it. But if the choice is between 90% J Love in week 1 or 100% J Love in week 2, give me week 2. right? Especially if he's at home. Because the Cardinals didn't draft this guy third overall for one game. We drafted him to be the centerpiece of their offense for years. So concerned about week one, yes. Worried about J Love overall, no. Just get the ankle right. We waited this long. We can survive one more Sunday. Probably. Probably, right? But if you want to stay busy, while we wait for Mr. J Love to come back, all right, hit up Kashi. Because before the season even kicks off, everybody's making their predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at the season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. You can trade those predictions in a live market, baby. Will the Cardinals end up with the worst regular season record? It's us or those pesky Dolphins that took Malik Willis. And we are currently trading 26%. Meaning a $100 trade pays out $365 or so if we end up with the worst record. Which, I mean, you get paid for sucking. Damn, right? But on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app, and you can use promo code FANARCFootball, one word together, to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. And get in on these comments, baby, because that's where we're at, right? We get in some comments here, have some fun with y'all before we send you out for the rest of your, for this beautiful Wednesday we have. It's not bad. It's not super hot out here. It's not great, but, it's not 130. So I think it's going to be like 105, 104, and whatever. And I know a lot of you guys look at me like, he said that like it's nothing. We're used to it. 105, 104 is nothing. It really isn't. But first comment. All right. My guy Zypos, 5.56 is quite capable of hitting at 500 yards if you are capable. Down defense make quite good rifles. Getting into the bolt action rifle world is going to be a deep dive for you. If you need help with that, let me know. I appreciate you, and I will definitely let you know. It's funny. I have 3 Daniel Defense rifles. That's I think for me, like once I find a brand that I like, I kind of stick with it, right? So I have the Mark 18 is a Daniel Defense. I have the I have the SPR3, obviously, the one that I talked about, the one that I shot in that video. And then I have the PDW, 300 Blackout. That's my like home defense because it's small, compact. You put a suppressor on it with subsonics, and it sounds like a staple gun. That's why I do that one. But I like Daniel Defense guns. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you spend way less and get something. No, dude, I like reliability. All right? Like I said, I like to stick with a brand. I like Daniel Defense a lot. I mean, I was looking at the Sons of Liberty Gunworks or whatever it is. Not the Mark. Is it Mark 1? Whatever it is. Whatever. That one new one they have. It's crazy expensive. But my buddy has one. He let me shoot it not long ago. He got it pretty neat. He got it just pretty recently. I got to shoot it at the range indoor, mind you, but still got to shoot it. It's not much. It doesn't feel any better than my 10.3, Mark 18, like at all, right? And that one was like a 14, whatever it was. No, it was a short barrel. That's right. And then, like, I've shot plenty of other brands. I like Daniel Defense a lot. It fits everything I like and want. And is it pricey? Absolutely. It sucks. But what is it? Buy once, cry once. Like, I save up money anyway. I'm not going out buying a bunch of cheap stuff. Right? I save up my money. I find what I want and I spend it on it. So I think I left you a comment on the last video about the Springfield Waypoint 2020. Let me know what you think of that about that one. I want to get that for when I start hunting next year. In 6.5 Creed. Because I heard that round has like a lot less recoil than the 308. I love my 308. Don't get me wrong. I love that thing. It kicks hard, and I actually like that. But in terms of hunting, what do they call it? Ethical hunting, whatever. You got to check out your boxes. So appreciate the comment, dude. And let me know what you think about that Waypoint, man. I really am definitely looking to get that probably near the end of the year so I can train with it plenty while I'm learning about hunting, which I'm having to go around and finding different sources, but still. But yeah, appreciate the comment, dude. Next comment. Julian Baya. Another stellar Monty move. Move a player equals no return. First Hopkins, followed by Kyler, and now Benson. I get Benson's injuries with White cut now and not at mandatory cuts. At least hold out for a 7th before releasing. All I could think of on this one is Monty. Maybe Benson's like, look, man, give me a chance to get on another roster. If you wait till cut day, there's a really good chance he doesn't get signed by anybody. And if he does, he's going to be buried in their depth chart. I still think Benson could be a starter somewhere if he's healthy. He showed a lot. He showed plenty, in my opinion, while he was here, when he was healthy. Right? And so I'm thinking that might have been the move. The other thing might be that Monty's just an idiot. And we've seen plenty of proof of that. Right? But I definitely would have. I don't know. I don't know that anybody was calling the Cardinals to trade for him, right? I don't know if they offered him around or not. Like, but you could at least got a 7th rounder or something for him. Instead, like you said, 0 return. I thought for sure we'd keep him, right? Go into the season, let Tyler Algier do what he's got to do, and then trade him for something nice. But yeah, ain't gonna happen. So, yeah. Well, look, best of luck to Benson. With Cardinals luck, he's gonna do really good wherever he goes. So there you go. Appreciate the comment, dude. Next comment up from Back to Constitution 1. I like that. Denver, 38 years fan since 1988. It's torture. Well, welcome to Bird Gang, dude. And yeah, dude, I get you. I've been Cardinals fan since '93 when I was like 6 or 7. Might have been 8. I can't remember. I was young, and it's been torture. Yeah, you're right. All right. But welcome to the team, dude. Appreciate you. And we talk about staying loyal, living somewhere else and staying loyal to the Cardinals, man. When it would be way easier to be a Broncos fan, 100%. So much respect to you, man. Appreciate the comment. Last comment. Hot sauce. Oh, hot sauce. I did see your I saw your messages, dude. I got the emails about him. I rarely get on Facebook, like ever. So when I get back on there, man, I'll find you on there. We'll connect on there for sure. But he says, sad to see Benson go, but dude couldn't stay healthy. Dumbass Monty should have at least tried to trade him for something. What waste of a 3rd round pick. But what can you expect? Our draft picks never seem to pan out for the most part. We've had awful drafting in this franchise for a long time. You know what I mean? Like a long time. You know, and so it sucks, right? Let's go really quickly because now I'm curious. Let's see, Arizona Cardinals. Let's do the first 3 rounds. First 3 round picks in the last, let's go 10 years. All right, let's see if the Google machine can help me with that. Well, I guess we're going to do first round picks, right? All right, so first round picks. 2017, 13th overall, Hassan Reddick. You know. 2018, 10th overall, Josh Rosen. 2019, 1st overall, Kyler Murray. 2020, 8th overall, Isaiah Simmons. 2021, 16th overall, Zaven Collins. 2022, we traded our pick to Baltimore. 2023, Paris Johnson. Okay. 2024, Marvin Harrison, 4th overall, and Darius Robinson, 27th overall. I know Mizaki. Okay, I get it, but jury's still out. 2025, Walter Nolan III, 16th overall. Stay healthy and we can see. And of course, this last draft, Jeremiah Love, 3rd overall. And that's just 10 years. But let's see. Let me see if I can expand the 2nd and 3rd round picks. Let's see if I can make that happen here really quick. I know now the show's getting a little long, but now I'm curious about this. Okay. Let's go back to the 2017. So check this out. 2017, 1st round pick, Hassan Reddick. 2nd round pick, Budda Baker. 3rd round pick, Chad Williams. Budda Baker, 2nd round pick. 2018, Josh Rosen, 1st round pick. 2nd round pick, Christian Kirk. I still don't understand why we let him go. The kid could ball, in my opinion. And then 3rd round pick in that year, Mason Cole. Okay. 2019 draft. In the 1st round, Kyler Murray. 2nd round, Byron Murphy, Andy Isabella. 3rd round, Zach Allen. Byron Murphy, solid. Andy Isabella, little hands. Zach Allen, solid, left us for Denver because our GM was an idiot. 2020 draft, 1st round pick, Isaiah Simmons. Never showed anything. 2nd round pick, we traded to Houston. We sent to Houston for DeAndre Hopkins. And then 3rd round pick, Josh Jones, offensive tackle. Okay. Abysmal draft. 2021, 1st round pick, Zaven Collins. 2nd round pick, Rondale Moore, rest in peace. And then the 3rd round pick, we traded for Rodney Hudson. Yeah. 2022, no 1st round pick. We used that one to trade it in the Baltimore trade for Marquise Brown. Round 2, Trey McBride. Okay. Round 3, Cameron Thomas. And then round 3 as well, Mijai Sanders. Come on. 2023 NFL draft. 1st round pick, Paris Johnson Jr. All right. Round 2, B.J. Ojulari. We need you to show up again, buddy. Round 3, Garrett Williams. All right. Another round 3 pick, Michael Wilson. All right. So most successful right there. At least, all 4 guys still on the roster at least, right? 2024 draft. In the 1st round, Marvin Harrison, Darius Robinson. In the 2nd round, Max Melton. 3rd round, Trey Benson, Isaiah Adams, Tip Ryman, Elijah Jones. Mind you, everybody but Trey Benson's on the squad still. And they all contribute one way or another. All right. And in 2025, first round Walter Nolan, second round Will Johnson, third round Jordan Burch. All still on the roster, still playing pretty well in this last season, this last draft. Love, Basanis, and then Beck. So overall, our draft record's crap. So I'm not surprised. I'm really not. It sucks. I mean, honestly, like, what will it take to get a decent GM? It just feels like Michael Bidwell looks for people that he feels he's smarter than. I really think he thinks he's smarter than the people he hires, and I think he likes that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what, Mike? If someone this runs into you, okay, you want to tell me to shut the hell up to my face? I will welcome a one-on-one interview. We'll do it live. Won't be edited at all, right? I will ask you hard questions. No problem with it, right? And if you're a stand-up guy, then you'll answer them. I think. If you're not, well, no. It's never gonna happen, guys. I'm just shooting my shot here, but it's never gonna happen. All right. Which is funny enough, because I get to ask Dana White questions whenever I go to the to the UFC and everything and the post fights, and he'll answer hard questions. Sometimes he'll give me an FU or whatever, but he'll still answer hard questions. Michael Bidwell can't. Is what it is. All right, folks. That is gonna do it for the Wednesday episode of Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie Law. Don't forget to hit that sub, hit the bell, hit the like, leave a comment. I will see you guys all tomorrow for Thursday's show. Tell your friends to come hang out with us and grow Bird Gang. Let's continue to grow this community. You guys are dope. Catch you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your Wednesday. And as always, go Cardinals.